The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. You look at this Packers defense. They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out.
Oh, he's running off the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Packers pick it up. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Not only a fumble loss there, but a fumble lost on your first drive in your own territory.
Now you're dealing with a lot of stuff here because you feel bad going off the field because you gave up the football. How does your own defense feel now having to go out there and stop them when the momentum is clearly shifted in their favor?
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he works his way forward to pick. There, second down. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it roll.
Touchdown! J.K. Dobbins, his 25th touchdown, tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Packers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. A try here for the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But They would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep them in the game.
So there's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind him. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
On play action, Rodgers. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Vikings are going to take possession at their own 16-yard line. You're watching a quarterback that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Second down throw from Huntley. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
Hey, did you have one of those backyards that you had one of those, like, mats or pits like you have for high jumpers? And, you know, you had your friends throw the ball and you tried to make the spectacular catches?
I didn't need a mat.
you just did it with the ground?
Absolutely.
That explains.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Huntley off of play action. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time. And you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Well, these two teams, they met in Lambeau earlier in the season with the Packers winning that ball game. So if they can win here in Minnesota, they get a sweep of the season series. From the 46, here's the second down and 9. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
You're talking about closing in a hurry as a safety and run support. Not only did he get a good run in, he gave him a pretty good pop, too, and finished off the play behind the line of scrimmage.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
From the 32-yard line now, here's second and a yard. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to take over once again with a football at the 20-yard line.
The team who came in with a winning streak, we're seeing some more pressure.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're probably lucky to only be down 7-0 as they come up 1st and 10. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. After 7-0 on EA Sports. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. The Vikings at 3-5, 2 games under 500. They've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak. And right now, they're not playing their best football. But if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Huntley to throw. Sliding out of the... And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Rashawn Gary make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard. This defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can be a life to this
game.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find the hole.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, Gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Here's Huntley. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. 4th down, Huntley. And he'll throw the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Huntley. He's got his man. It's taken in for the Viking touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are an extra point away from drawing level. Now the try here for the extra point. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing. And his pass is intercepted for the 3rd time today. There he goes outside. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think we're going to look at an extra DB out there.
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
This time, the extra point up and good, and that'll make this a 6-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. That's caught. It's Flowers. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Well, caught downfield by Watson. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. And that one results in 35 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just saw receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn the field and gain any yardage.
Calling a gain of 2 as they lock it on the ground. Third and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably doing play action since you ran it twice. But I often think the second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before break. Huntley escaping the pressure right. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker. And the Packers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. Welcome back. Halftime ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. But Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
From the 29, here's second down at 7. Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 24 yards. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. Powering forward, and he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Rodgers going to throw. Steps away. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Packers have retaken a 3rd-quarter lead.
This is a great decision right here. Out of the pocket to his left, and he knows if he waits too long, the defense is going to be all over him. So he makes a decision to go and wins the race to the pylon.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They go play action with Huntley. Being chased out left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And it's fielded at the 34. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Throwing is Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it.
Nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it up to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Fourth down as the punt team sending this one away. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. You got a young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him.
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go and they bring him down. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on fourth down? The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken at the 46. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Dobbins running out of the game. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 2. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 46 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. He'll get this to Flowers, left side. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. He got 29 yards that time.
That's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort, but instead he sets his guys up in excellent shape for a 1st and goal.
Dobbins, no signal. Notice he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. One more time with Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. Very good surge defensively. Depending on the mark, but I'm not sure so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We'll soon find out. But does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it.
And they'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
This could be a turning point. Forward, baby. You know it, huh? Ready?
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 57 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now a handoff looking right. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and run for it. And he's got enough for the 1st across midfield to the 48. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Huntley looks to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got him this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. 3rd down, here's Huntley now. Packer pressure, and down he goes. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They're going for it. Huntley. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Here's a give to Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start, but now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball, getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but a clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Together, defense. Keep it together.
Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Throwing now is Rodgers. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success. And now here's another interception. And the Vikings are going to take over at the 14-yard line. Come up, 1st and 10 here. Here's Huntley. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for Green Bay, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, their season is on life.